Welcome back to another show of Tony's Flies. Today we are going to be tying a white shrimp. It's freshwater shrimp, so I'm going to try to make it look as real as possible. I like stuff that looks real, not really too off the beaten path, looking like 3 different things or 4 different things, although I do tie some things that look like different things. So what I'm going to start with now is I've got these lead eyes like this. They kind of look like your hourglass eyes. I'm going to use this for the eyes of the shrimp. Now I want the hook to lay, the hook point to be up here. So I'm going to hold this underneath here, bring it back just a little bit, get a couple of wraps on there, get a couple of wraps over here. Now you don't have to use these lead eyes, this is just what I have. You can use the barbell eyes, what do you call those? The bead eyes. You can use the bead eyes for these flies, but I'm not doing that. Next, what I'm going to do is I've got this tinsel. It's small tinsel. It's silver on one side and gold on the other side. You don't have to use the silver and gold. I'm just using the silver and gold. But I'm going to, this is for like the tentacles. I'll tie this on here. Just like that. I want the gold on the inside and the silver on the outside of this fly. I'm going to take it about 2 hook lengths out. I'm going to flip this over to the gold is on the inside. I'm going to wrap that down. Let's see if I can turn this down a little bit, just like that. Get a couple of wraps on this here. That's probably good right there. You don't want too many. Now take both of these, trim them to about the same. Now in order to get a little bit more curly out of them, this is what I do right here. Now what I'm going to tie on is my marabou. I'm using a white marabou, just like this. You want it to go about half the length of that, of the tentacles there, about right here. And make sure they go over the top of your tentacles. Now I'm going to tie this back for a little bit of a body here. Just to about there, that's fine. Now I'm going to use some thin skin, since the outside of a shrimp is kind of shiny, really. They're not so much, they got a shell on them. They're not just fur, what I mostly see on, or hair, I guess, if you want to say. So I'm going to tie this on, and I'm going to show you why and how I'm going to use it. A lot of people think that your freshwater Some people, I'm not going to say a lot of people, some people think that your freshwater shrimp are scuds, but that's not the case. There are shrimp that are freshwater. I haven't seen any around my house. I'm tying this for somebody else who's going traveling, so and they're in the spot of where he's at. Now I'm going to use some dubbing. I think I might have to make my dubbing. I'm going to make it out of some marabou. That is white. Now, the dubbing that I have is not entirely white, so shrimp are tapered, so if you're doing it like I'm doing it, you can just use this as a just a reference. My dubbing, I do not have a pure white dubbing, so I'll show you why I'm doing it this way. This marabou works perfect for this. And you will see why here in just a minute after I get all this on here. This is the slow, tedious part. Unless you got white dubbing, then it's not too slow, but I don't have any right now. So, after you do that, take this and wrap it and kind of leave at the bottom a space. At the top, I want you to close the gap. Yeah. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and wrap this all the way. All the way to there, to the back of the eyes. I'm going to tie that off right there. Trim this. Just like so. And now make a ribbing, not a ribbing, but they're segmented. Now make your little bit of a head there. One, two, three should be alright. Pop that off. Just like so. Trim your thread. Now it takes your bodkin. I'm going to flip this over here. Shrimp have little tiny legs under here. And I want to bring some of those out. Not really legs, it's I don't know what you want to call them. There's legs down here too. I want to bring some of those out. That's probably good right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going going to touch these eyes up a little bit with the Sharpie and make them nice and black. Shrimp's eyes are very, very dark black. So get that done and do a little trimming up here. Let's use my other scissors. They get a little closer. So there's the shrimp. It'll be sitting like this in the water. So now what I'm going to do is wherever it be, right here, head cement. I'm going to touch up these eyes just a little bit with some head cement and let it hit right in there, get the barbells, eyes and everything. Make sure it's all secure. Let that dry for a bit, and that's a shrimp that you can tie. If you don't like the way I did it, then you can just use some points that I threw out there with making it, but it's a good fly. Thanks for watching. Be safe fly fishing, and have a good day. Watch.